How's everyone doing today? Good. How are you? I'm great, thank you. My name is Jason. I do the reptile shows here. Before I go in here with the alligators, I'd like to introduce everyone to a friend of mine. Say hello to Sunny. Hello. Hello, Sunny. Can anyone tell me what kind of snake he is?
No. Python.
It is an albino, but it's not a python.
Cobra. Cobra. It doesn't bite?
She wants to. I'll give you a hint. It's a very popular pet from South America. It's not a python. Not a python. There are no pythons in South America. It starts with a B and ends with an A.
Boa.
There you go. This is a boa constrictor. There are different boas. This particular one is the Colombian redtail. And they get the name redtail because at the end here, you see a nice reddish pattern. Okay, you can see that. That's why they're called the redtail boa. This, of course, is a non-venomous snake. I don't put venomous snakes around my neck. That's not a good idea. All right. This is a very popular pet. You could get them at any reptile shop or breeder. Very common. This is an albino. This is not the normal color for a boa. So you won't see something like this in nature. They don't survive very well in the sun for a long time, and they can't hide from their predators when they're young. Now, when you see her sticking her tongue out, what is she doing? What is it?
Saying hello to her.
Any guesses? Does anybody take biology or watch Animal Planet? What? Smelling. There you go. They're smelling the molecules in the air and gathering information. All of the smelling is done with the tongue. The nostrils are for breathing. Now, when the snake is growing, the skin doesn't grow with it. They actually outgrow their skin and they leave it behind like an old set of clothes. In English, we call that molting, and they have a nice new clean skin waiting for them underneath. A lot of people think that snakes are wet and slimy. They're actually dry and leathery. That's how they make all the goodies you like. Belts, boots, bags, shoes, all that stuff. I'm not going to talk about that too much. I don't want to scare poor Sunny here. But I'm going to walk around. I'm going to let you guys pet her. I'll start at this end. If anybody wants to pet her, feel free to pet her.
Can I stop? Stop.
But 90% of an alligator's life, they do absolutely nothing. The other 10%, they chase females and they eat food. The American dream. Now, I typically would not get this close to a wild gator, especially four of them. They could run away, they could attack me if they feel threatened. Alligators fear humans. Their main diet happens to be fish, but they also eat other small things like birds, turtles, and frogs. These guys here are used to doing shows. We come in here every single day, so they're very comfortable around us. They know that I bring them food and that I am not food, which is very important for me especially. And we don't wrestle these animals. We use them for education instead, so they're very comfortable around us. These guys here do work with us. They do answer. Go, 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 go. Hold, hold. They have 80 teeth, 40 on top, 40 on the bottom, and like most crocodilians, and when I say crocodilians, I'm talking about alligators, crocodiles, and caiman, and gharial. These are not giant lizards, they're known as crocodilians, and there are 24 species throughout the world. These crocodilians have the strongest bite on the planet, over 2,000 pounds per square inch of closing pressure. That means they bite stronger than a shark, a hippopotamus, hyena, pit bull. I don't care what you compare them to. These guys are on top of the list. Now they have a very big bite, but a very small brain. It's about the size of a walnut located behind here. So they're not exactly geniuses, okay? Very small brain. Now gators cannot see directly in front of them. If I were to put this stick in his mouth, he can't see it, okay? But if you look at their jaws, you're going to notice all these little black dots everywhere. Those black dots are also inside the mouth. Those are sensors. If anything touches them, they react to it. That's why I use a stick. fish to swim around all he wants. But if that fish makes a mistake and touches something, anything in there stays in there and it is not coming out, okay? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Thank you. On the back of an alligator, you're going to notice these bones here. The bones on their back are very important. They're called scutes. The scutes have two purposes. The first one is pretty obvious. It's a body armor. It protects their organs, but it's also a solar panel. There's a lot of blood vessels going through those bones, which allow them to absorb sunlight so they can move around and digest their food. This is a cold-blooded animal, just like all reptiles, and they need the sun. They spend most of their time in the water, so for swimming, they use a very powerful tail. They put the arms and legs back and just use the tail to swim around. The tail is also used for fighting. They'll fight each other with it. If this were to hit you in the face, it could break your nose or break your teeth. It's very heavy and strong. Now these guys can live anywhere from about 50 to maybe 70 years, so alligators live a pretty long time for an animal. They can stay underwater for about an hour. If it's really cold outside, they can actually slow down their heart to 2 beats per minute, and that will allow them to stay underwater for 6 hours. Okay, but it's got to be very cold. One of the questions people ask me, of course, is about the difference between an alligator and a crocodile. The Everglades is the only place on earth where you have both an alligator and a crocodile species, okay? The first thing you want to look at, of course, is the face. You notice alligators have a rounded snout like the letter U. Okay, it's nice and round. Crocodiles have a pointy snout like the letter V. Alligators have 80 teeth. Crocodiles only have about 60. Now, when you see an alligator in the cartoons, what color are they usually?
Green.
They're green. Are these guys green?
No.
No, in real crocodiles come in more colors. They come in brown, gray, green, black. Some have a lot of yellow on them. There are 14 different crocodiles, so they come in more colors and sizes. There are only 2 alligators. You have the American and the Chinese. In China, the alligator is about half this size and not as dark as the American. Okay, it's only 2 gators. I'm going to go ahead and bring an alligator out to you so you can see one a little bit better. But before I bring them out, please give my friends a round of applause. A turtle, they're going to lose a few teeth most likely. That's okay, they grow them back. They can go through up to 3,000 teeth in a lifetime. So they'll stop growing new teeth when they turn around 50 years old, which is pretty cool. How many of you wish you could do that? You save a lot of money, right? Yeah. And we give folks an opportunity here to hold Snappy and take a picture with him. If you want to hold the little guy, we ask for a small gratuity of $3 and wait for you right outside here. If you decide to do it, it's under the armpit, under the tail, like he's resting in the water. I know he's cute and adorable, but please don't bring him up to your face. Don't hug him or kiss him or do any of those Instagram poses. Just hold him like that. If he decides to move, it just means he's alive, okay? Don't freak out and throw him at me or throw him on the floor or anything. It's happened. He's really good. Little kids hold him. It's not a big deal. Plus, he'll have this around his snout so he can't open his mouth. It's very soft inside. It's not going to hurt him or bother him, okay? Now, I want to thank all of you for coming. I hope you learned something and enjoyed these wonderful animals. I'll meet you out here for pictures or any questions you have for me. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much.